What it do, y'all? This your boy King Ed the Great coming at y'all with another video. Be sure to subscribe and hit the like button. Off the Cuff Radio, Guillotine, Screwball Radio. Let's get it. So I want to talk about the 2000 album, We Are the Streets by the LOX. Jadakiss, Styles P, Sheek Louch. And I'm going to give y'all a little background behind that. When the LOX left Bad Boy in 98, they wanted to go back gritty. They wanted to go back to putting out the music that they felt was really them at the time. And if you listen to a lot of those verses from 98, from 2000, they went on a tear. Every guest appearance, every soundtrack appearance, every guest spot, they ripped everything. Mixtape, freestyles, you name it. So, if anything, I was more anticipated for that album than I was DMX's album, or Eve's album for that matter, because then they talked about bringing Swiss Beats and DJ Premier and Pete Rock and all these other people on, so I said, okay, cool. Then I remember when I seen them on the Rough Riders Cash Money Tour when they were performing in shiny suits. Then they went ahead and said L, F, and no, and ripped the suits off and just started performing they hardcore stuff. Said, we ain't with that shiny suit-ish. Throwing shots at Puffy. So the first single comes out, and at first I didn't like it. I didn't like it because I felt Swiss was being lazy with it. Like, he literally just took the same beat that he did for Jay-Z and re-whooped it. But what I did like about that was the LOX's energy that they brought to that. If you're under 21, you shouldn't listen to this. You're gonna kill a nigga while he taking an ish. And you know the cold thing about Styles P is that if you really listen to him, he sound like somebody that really want to murder you and your whole family. He has a cold delivery. Sheek has an over-the-top delivery. Jadakiss had that raspy flow with the punchline, so they made a great combination. So the album comes out, and I remember everybody was bumping this. Everybody from different projects was bumping this album, man, because the Rough Rider movement was huge out here with the dirt bikes, the boots, the army fatigue. It was a whole new wave. So we get into the album, and they answering all their critics with F you. The intro starts off with their critics saying they F you, they washed up, Puffy, they were better on the Puffy. So that was just them going back at their critics with F you. That's one of the coldest songs the LOX ever did. And Jadakiss had one of the best openers I ever heard. That verse was so hot, it got the best, it got a quotable for the Source, I believe. I believe that's what it was. Either that or it was, he broke down the verse on the Double XL. But I'm going to tell y'all about this album here. This album here is strictly gangster-ish, bro. They killing niggas on almost every song. This is over-the-top street-ish right here. And Swizz, to my surprise, did a good job in handling it. One song I liked was Can I Live? Hell yeah, well you still gonna die. Come on, you a thug or you still gonna ride. That joint was hot. But then you had Breathe Easy. R-U-F-F-R-Y-D-E. We get away. Breathe Easy. I mean, good gracious, man. But I'm going to tell y'all my favorite song up there was, see, what they were trying to do, they were trying to basically catapult Jadakiss to be the next dude to challenge for the crown. Because you had Jay-Z and you had Nas. And Jadakiss was slowly coming into the rack because he had the potential to do it. I mean, Jay-Z was ducking him for a reason. But the song, Blood Pressure, they gave Kiss his own solo joint. And that supposed to have been the joint right there that was going to catapult him to superstar levels in the street. Like, he already had the streets. So, he did that song and they was going at Puffy on there. They was actually dissing Puffy throughout the whole album, with references to labels jerking them and all that stuff. So they were basically dissing Puffy through the whole album. And that song, Blood Pressure, I was thinking when I first heard it that this was going to be the one that made Jadakiss certified. It certified him in the streets. Now, could he come out with a commercial accepted track or commercial accepted music that could make him compete with his peers like Nas and Jay. But then you had Recognize, which is one of the hardest DJ Premier beats I ever heard. Them niggas ripped that. And Ride or Die Chick, that was for the ladies, so they slowed it up a little bit. And that tempo beat is smooth, man. And they rolled that beat to the core, man. They did a good job on that one. But We Are the Streets, man, they were going hard on Puffy. They say the best for last. It's like they kind of studied No Vaseline. And even though they ain't say his name, we knew who he was talking about. We knew who they were talking about. I mean, Sheik talking about putting some of them yams and poisoning Puffy. Then you had Styles. Then you had Jada. He was talking about first one talking that family-ish, then get a lot of dough and don't give a family-ish. I don't care how many hits you wrote. I want to see you dance when your neck get broke. And Styles, see, what I like about Styles has a serious demeanor, man. Like he said, yo, if you let P call it, I don't feel your ass. I wish Duke was still alive and they killed your ass. You can keep an industry, but they don't come to the hood. I got 1,000 niggas like me and they feel like Suge. And you can tell he meant that. You can tell he meant that. But overall, man, this is one of the hardest LPs I ever heard, man. This is nothing to dance to. This is strictly street. This is strictly hardcore. And this is probably the last time the LOX really went in like this. So, anyways, let me know what you guys think of We Are the Streets. Possibly one of the hardest albums to come out of 2000. And I don't know, another thing I want to know too is, how come DMX wasn't even on here? Like, could it have been that him and Jadakiss had a back and forth? I want to know that too. I want to know that. So, let me know what you guys think of We Are the Streets, man. This is King Eric, signing out. Holla.